Welcome back to Passive Aggression. It's been so long. Listener, I've missed you. Have you missed me? You probably don't even know who I am. Listener, we're starting from the ground up. It's been over a year. If you're listening to this podcast, odds are you don't even know of the other seasons that we've done. This is season 7, volume 7, whatever you want to call it. I'm your host, Dominic Gonzalez. And if you saw that little bit of smoke here, also there's a visual. Okay, hold on. Okay, so what we're doing here today, we've got a visual component of the podcast, as promised. That is going up on my YouTube page, Dominic Ness on YouTube, DOMINIC space NES. Go find it. And then we've got the audio version of this podcast. Of course, you can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, whatever, wherever. So yeah, that's what's going on. And if you're watching the visual part of it, you saw a little bit of smoke just then. I am not a smoker, nor will I ever be, nor have I ever been. I'm very proud to say. But I have this little diffuser, a center thingy, and it shoots out some good smelly scents, gifted to me by my mom, sponsored by my mom. So smells sponsored by my mom. And shout out. And so yeah, so it's been, my brain is going, I'm excited to be doing this. My mind is going a mile a minute. Listen, I'm also in my car, okay? So look, everyone calm down, let me explain. Oh God. I was doing this, okay. My sister, it's been over a year since my sister, friend to the show, Ayana, as you know, listener, she left Texas. She left me here to die. And so I've just, it's been really hard. It was interesting. It affected me, I think, more than I thought it did, and more than I gave it credit to. I realized that I was really just depressed. I don't know if that's the word you'd use. I don't want to self-diagnose, but I was in a little bit of a rut, and I had to dig myself up. And I'm doing that right now, and we've got a lot to talk about, and I'm very excited about all that. But I was like a little bit, just not motivated. I was not motivated to do any of like my passion projects, my personal projects. Now, I've been thriving, of course, at work because, listener, I love work. And we'll talk about that as well. We'll talk about so much today. But I love work, and so I'm always doing great there. But it's just when I get home, am I also going 100 miles an hour when I get home? The truth is, no. But now we are, and that's great, and that's why we're doing this, because now we finally are there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. But I'm in my car, listener, because in the interim of last season and now, I'll just have conversations with myself in my car. I talk to myself all the time. I like to debrief things that I've just experienced. I like to prepare for things I'm about to experience. So the car is just, it's my happy place. It's one of the movie theater is my happy place, if we're being completely honest with you. But the car is my second happy place, and then my home is my third, because someone can break into my home when I'm in it, right? No one can break into my car while I'm in it. No one can do that because I'm driving, right? Unless I'm parked. If I'm parked and out of the car, someone could break into the car. If I'm parked in the car, maybe someone can break into it and I'm in there. But if I'm driving, for the most part, which I always am while I'm in the car, I'm not going to get robbed. I can get robbed when I'm at home. That's all I have to say. Okay? So I'm in my car because it's a great place for me to it's my soapbox. It's a great place for me to just talk, and my mind just goes all over the place. And I'm just recording it now. Might as well do the podcast here instead of setting up at home. And then when I'm at home, how do I set up the camera, the lighting? I got this camera mounted on this windshield, listener and viewer. and we're just gonna do it. I just press play, I got the little mic, and we're just going. I don't care. So, I'm driving right now, and yeah, welcome back to Passive Aggression. It's been so long. It's been so long that I don't want to look at the analytics. Now, I'm saying if you're listening to this, I'm granting you now an official day oneer of the podcast, okay? Even if you have been here since season 1, episode 1, I'm sorry, but now there's a new class. Everyone is now officially starting today. Everyone is now a day oneer of the podcast because it's been over a year. I'm sure I've lost all the followers. We were in all the markets. We hit Nigeria. You know what I mean? Like we hit Australia. Who's listening to me in Australia? Huh? So we're not doing that anymore. Well, I mean, maybe we are. I don't know. I haven't checked the numbers. I'm scared. I'm nervous. So I'm not going to check the numbers for my own pride. And but I'm assuming that everyone has unsubscribed. And so, anyways, we're starting from scratch. This is now season 1 again. This is season 7 technically on paper, but for the metadata. But it is season 1 again, the next one. Okay? So that's what's happening here. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Dominic Gonzalez. And this is kind of a stream of consciousness podcast. We kind of talk a little bit about anything and everything. There really is no right or wrong way to do this. I have so many stories. So this past year, what we're going to do this season, listener, is it's going to be a little bit current, but not always current. We have to do some retrospectives. We have to go back and talk about the year that I experienced. It was a crazy year. It was a very insane year. A lot of high highs and very low lows. The high highs, I saw Christina Aguilera in concert for the second time. Last time I saw her was in 2018, November 11, 2018, in Atlanta, Georgia for her Liberation Tour. Oh my God, this camera is gonna be the death of me because it keeps moving and I don't want it to move. So there's a problem already. Last time I saw her was in November of 2018, and she performed at a festival in Austin. So we went, Jordan and I went, and that was very exciting. Jordan actually surprised me with the tickets because I was like, I want to go see Christina Aguilera. Let's go. And she was like, well, should we buy that right now? Can we afford that? You know, because other things had transpired, and she was like, is that probably the best financial move? Oh my God, I'm gonna pull over real quick so I can fix this camera. Listen, this is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster. How do people do this? How do people vlog in the car? I'm gonna park real quick. This is not safe at all. Oh my God. This is a mess. If you're watching the video, this show has gone off the rails already. Okay, so we're pulling over, and I'm going to continue my story. So Christina Aguilera performed at a festival in Austin, and that was so random and so exciting, and I was very happy for that. She was great. It was a great time. Met a lot of... I don't think I'll ever go to a festival again, to be completely honest with you, listener. It was a good thing to do once and, just say I did it and it's like a bucket list item, I guess. But it's sensory overload. Sensory overload. Too many people, too close, and everyone wants to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to listen to Christina Aguilera. So it was great. I had a great time. And I was so close. We got barricade the seats, and she was right there. Like, I could throw something and it will hit her. You know what I mean? Like, I could throw something and there's a 100% chance that it would hit her. That's how close I was. It was insane. It was insanity. Great time. Wow. And then we also hit some low lows. There were some deaths. Oh, we're going to keep it positive this episode, but later this season, listener, we're going to get a little bit sad and emotional. So make sure you grab your tissue papers, napkins, tissues for that, okay? But that's not this episode. This episode, we're happy because we're back and this is great and up, high energy. Let's see, what else do I have? What else do we have on the docket? I mean, I've been working on a lot of different projects. As I'm saying, I got out of this rut finally, and I'm very happy about that. We've got the podcast coming back, so that's one project. But last year, listener, something that I did do last year was I went to New York to start production on my second documentary. And I'm saying production like it's a big... Look, the first documentary that I did about my dad, it's called Top Notch, A Made in New York Story. If you want to watch that, it's on YouTube right now, on my YouTube channel. That's great. Dominic Ness, go check that out, please. Because it's actually very important. It's part one. Listener, I'm building a cinematic universe. I'm building a universe. It's not necessarily cinematic in cinemas per se, it's on YouTube, but I'm calling it the NYCU, all right, the New York Cinematic Universe, and working title. So it starts off with my dad, he was doing music for the longest time, the early 2000s, and he met up with Willie, who was his barber at the time, and Willie was actually, on the side, a producer. He had a music collective called True Titans, and they would produce music, they would rap, they would do all that stuff. And so it was just happenstance that they met each other. And they ended up working together. My dad joined in with the True Titans, and that was really cool, okay? So the documentary about my dad, that's kind of about his personal story, how he got into the True Titans, what he did after the True Titans, things like that, okay? So Willie is a big part of that story. Now this story is going to be about Willie. We go back and we're talking about the formation of the True Titans. We're gonna get right into the nitty gritty and we're gonna follow Willie's story. And this is a bigger story. This is because it's not just one person. It's gonna follow, there's gonna be multiple people. Obviously Willie's the main character, but it's gonna follow this whole group. And it's very exciting. It's a very exciting project, but it is daunting, if that's the word. So, but I'm very excited about it. So we started production on that. And when I say production, this is gonna be, not only is it like bigger in scope, but it will be bigger in terms of resources and budget maybe, because we're gonna produce a score for this. We're gonna have original music for this, and that's just like really cool and very exciting. And I'm gonna meet and work with a lot of different creatives, and I've already met with a couple, and that's very cool. And I'm gonna have some help from my cousin John, who did actually help. He did meet up with me on the day one of production, where we just kind of shot some behind the scenes footage, just kind of collecting all the information and videos and stuff like that, and just kind of it was cool. So John's helping me with that, so we're getting an extra camera person, and also Jordan helped me with some of the at least behind the scenes footage. So I think she's going to be my behind the scenes videographer maybe. So, but we're building a team. We're building a team, and that's very exciting, and I'm very happy, and I can't wait for you all to see it. And so with that, to kind of prepare and lead up to that, I'm also creating on the side a docu-series about the making of the documentary. You gotta milk the content. You gotta really just take every little bit and use every little bit, okay? So I'm gonna be putting out to kind of ramp up hype maybe, or just to have there, because I'm not gonna be able to use all the footage for the documentary, but some of it I'm gonna start putting that out as like a behind the scenes docuseries called Behind a True Titan. I think that's the working title. I think that's what I'm going to call it. So I'm going to put that out on YouTube actually starting, I think, the June 25th. I think that's when I'm going to start putting them out. And the reason is that is going to be the 2-year anniversary of the top-notch Made in New York story documentary. And so on the 2-year anniversary, we're starting this docuseries and we're going to start putting things out. Aside from that, I've also got music that I'm going to be putting out for my dad, top-notch / D-artist. He went by so many different monikers. If you watch the documentary, you'll know that. But as I've been collecting his music and trying to put them out on like Spotify and Apple Music and all that jazz. And so I have a couple songs already. I'm going to put another batch out, and that is under the title, his name, D.R.Tist. Okay, it might be hard to find. I don't know. But check my socials. thedom.com on Instagram or Nessmania Visuals on Instagram. You can check and you can find links to all that stuff on those pages, okay? What else? What else are we doing? What else are we cooking up? You guys, I have sleep paralysis. And we're going to talk about that as well later this season. But I have sleep paralysis and I'm working on a documentary about that. I love documentaries if you don't know already, but this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try to shed light into something that I've been dealing with for about 13 years. And I say shed light like no one knows about it. People know about sleep paralysis, but I don't know a whole lot about it. So I'm going to just share my story of as I learn more about it. I'm going to meet with a doctor and because I did get like a first opinion, a sleep study ages ago. But this time I'm going to do it again, on my own terms. I'm going to try to do the whole thing, and I'll document the whole process and everything, and hopefully catch myself in the act of having sleep paralysis. That's something that I'm excited for, that I actually haven't done, and I'm a little bit nervous on how I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to have a camera rolling while I'm sleeping. That's the only way. And so, yeah, there's a lot coming. There's a lot coming, and I'm very excited. I got a new, I've hit a new stride. And so, yeah, let's get on with today's episode, which I don't really have a whole lot extra to say, but I did want to mention, I do love, like I mentioned, I love work. I love working, and having a work-life balance with this shift. I work overnights, and that has been a little bit taxing on my body, but we're working on that. It's been taxing on my sleep. I don't really get much of it. And so that's it. So I really do a lot of naps. I've learned about the art of the nap, and I've got it down pat. Listener, I love a good nap. I didn't realize how much I loved a nap until I actually started napping. I thought naps were ridiculous, and if you're gonna do it all the way, right? No, actually, no. Do the little micro naps. Do an hour here, do an hour there. Are you kidding me? So that's what I've been doing. But I actually went, and so with the work-life balance, it's hard to hang out with friends, kind of like outside. And I do have to be honest with you, listener. Part of me wants to be a social person so bad. So bad. I want to go to these parties. I have fantasies of hosting a dinner party. I want to be a social person, but every time I do it, I'm just left I'm so ready to go home. I'm so ready to not do it anymore. Once I start doing it, I'm I can't wait until this is actually over. So what is that, right? I'm kind of really fighting with myself here. So I recently went to, so I think little things, maybe an hour or two, that's good. I can do an hour or two. Anything past that, also if there's a second location or a third, if I'm going somewhere, I want to go there and that's it, right? But a lot of these people they love a second spot. They love starting somewhere and let's take the party somewhere else. I'm like, no, that's maybe when you just stop the party. Because when you go somewhere else, you start another party, right? So if you're done with the current party you're having, just be done for the night. That's how my mind works. Oh, I'm going to this house. This is the party at this house. If I'm going to another house, that means there's going to be another party at the other house. It's not the same party. It's not the same party. Why? Because there's different people and it's a different location. So it's not the same party. Does that make sense? So I want to go to one thing and that's it. I want to, maybe two. Maybe a second location if it makes sense, and I'll tell you where it made sense for me, listener. But a third location, don't even bother asking me. Don't even bother. I went to a Chinese buffet with some friends recently, some coworkers from work. Oh, I love a Chinese buffet. I absolutely love a Chinese buffet. Is it sanitary? No, it's not. But it's the only place you can get mozzarella sticks, fried dumplings, and for some reason crab with cheese on it. And baked salmon. And fried rice. And ice cream. It's the only place you can get all of that. It's a beautiful place. Jordan does not like buffets for everything that I just mentioned. And so that's a problem because every now and again I crave a buffet. Anyways, we went to this local Chinese buffet and it was a great time, right? And then they were like, let's get some ice cream. Already I'm a little bit like, second spot. Uh-oh, red alert. They want to go somewhere else. Red alert. But then I was thinking, you know what? Ice cream does sound good. And I gotta be honest, the ice cream at the Chinese buffet is not great. It's like water-based. You know what I mean? It's not creamy. It's like watery. It's weird. I don't like it. So I'm like, okay, I could go for some ice cream. We went to go get some ice cream. It was a great time. And we continued the conversation. We talked about, work. And it was great. Yeah, so I like things like that. And we went to Topgolf. And that was fun too. It was a good amount of time. But then after the Topgolf, everyone was like, okay, we're going to go so-and-so's house. And then after that, we can go to the bar. And I'm like, ooh. I only signed up for the Topgolf portion of this, so I'm only doing the Topgolf portion of this. Sorry, goodbye, bye. So, but that was great. I also like little cameos. You don't want people to be tired of you, listener. You want to just do just enough, just give them enough, and then yeah. So that's that. I love work. And I love making money. I could work every single day. And sometimes I have to peel myself away from work because when I'm working, I do extra work. Like after work, I start extra work. So I do get, I have to okay, Dominic, you got to go home. And it's this mindset that I think maybe, I don't know if it is, maybe it's just my brain is awful, but also there's this thing that my dad told me. He said, if you're not making money, you're spending money. And that really stuck with me. and I love making money, and I don't enjoy as much spending money. So I have that in my brain. And I also want to tell you a little life update, which kind of correlates with money. I've gotten into Legos a little bit more recently. Listener, as you might know, as you don't know because you're brand new to the show, because this is season 1 again, let me tell you, I had a very big Lego collection. Actually, let me start driving again. I had this big Lego collection, and I sold them all away when I started like my first relationship, and I was like, oh, I'm a man now. Men don't have Legos. I don't know what my issue was. That was the worst thing I ever did in my life. So I got rid of the Legos, and that was, such a waste. And it makes me so mad because as I'm getting back into Legos and I'm like I'm not rebuilding the collection that I had because that's impossible. But, it's financially impossible. Listener. Actually, hold on. I took the wrong turn. Sorry. Be a whip. Anyways, so I try to look online on like eBay and stuff. Listener. These people, these grown men that bought the Legos from me for their kids, probably for themselves, because they were smarter than I am. Oh man, I was robbed. They basically stole from me because I was like giving prices like, I don't know, is this $100 for this bag of 60 minifigures? No, it's $150 for one minifigure. Okay, for one. It's $150 for one sometimes. And then also sometimes it's $200. And I gave away $60 for $100 because I'm stupid. Okay? So that is one of the biggest, that's something that's really bothering me right now is I'm looking at how much, so I've gone back, I probably shouldn't have done it, but I went back to see how much are these Lego sets worth that I had before? Oh my God, I could be living in a Caribbean island right now. I could be on a yacht right now. I could be on a yacht. I could have a home as well. I could own a home. I could not be in any debt. When I was done with college and I had to pay my student loans, instead of actually paying my student loans, all I had to do was grab a Lego set and hand the Lego set to the student loan people and be like, there you go, leave me alone, keep the change. Because are you joking me right now? These Legos people spend so much money for them. Like they're worth so much. Like these old retro Lego sets that I had, they're worth so much. And I'm like, what? I think the most egregious one I remember it was about $120 maybe. I got this Lego Pirates of the Caribbean set. Ugh, it breaks my heart. I got this Lego Pirates of the Caribbean set from Toys R Us. I asked my parents for it. Toys R Us, New York, circa 2012, 2011. And it was, I think it was the Black Pearl. I think it was based off of the third movie. Anyways, it had Davy Jones in it. Great character, I love Davy Jones. I saw Davy Jones alone. The Lego set in 2011 was worth $120 maybe a little bit less. Okay, but it was definitely 100 something. Davy Jones alone was worth, I don't know, I saw a listing $700. Yay! $700, and I gave away that freaking little plastic toy to an older man probably on this app about, selling stuff. I gave it away from him in a little bag of 60 little toys, and I gave it to him for like $100. $700 for that one character. What is life? What is that? What are you talking about? So that makes me really mad, listener, but that's fine. It's okay. And we get over it, and we push it in. We love to just keep it in, right? We keep it in. We lock it up on a little jar on a little fireplace, listener, as you know. Or you don't know, sorry. We lock it away and throw away the key. And that's fine. And then we just smile and say, that's okay. uh-oh, I made a mistake. I'll try to not make that mistake again. And then you do, because such is life, right? And that's okay. So I think that's about all that I got myself riled up there, listener. I apologize for that. I shouldn't have done that. But we're back. The podcast is back, and I'm so excited. Yeah, this is good. It's going to be, I think every episode's going to be in the car. I've got some great stories to tell you, and we got some great people to share their stories as well. And it's all going to be in the car. It's going to be mobile. So while you're driving, listening to this, I'm also driving there with you. So I'm like in your car as well, driving. And that's great. And if I'm not, I'm a little bit of an escape, because maybe you're at home and you're listening and you hear all the little gnat sounds of like the cars and yeah. Oh my God, I also have this insane story about a job offer that I really want to get into, but that's going to be another story. Listener, it's been a crazy year. So, yeah, can't wait to tell you all about it. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on whatever platform, how about you leave a rate and a review maybe of the podcast if you like it. If you rate it the stars, like 4 or 5 stars. If you have any less, if you want to give it any less than 4 or 5 stars, actually it's okay. Actually, don't worry about it. Just if you want to do 4 or 5, that would be nice. So thanks for listening, and thanks for watching as well. We'll be back next week. See you later. Bye.